So we start up every morning unloading frozen carbon from our freezer. We buy the stuff from a US-based manufacturer, and for all intents and purposes, it's local to our area. We're really proud to be based out of Des Moines, Iowa, but beyond that pride of being American-made, there lies a very strong and deliberate focus on keeping all operations as physically close as possible. Not only does it prove to drive up team effectiveness and even team morale, but it's also a long-term strategy we chose to be able to bring products to market that no one else will attempt, because it would take too much effort in the traditional design and manufacturing layout. Usually one group will design some radical new product that does everything you'd ever want, and then it gets thrown over the wall to a factory located far away, and the design gets picked apart for being too hard to manufacture, too expensive to make, too sensitive to natural variations in the manufacturing process. So that awesome design gets changed, and that compromise leads to a much more conventional and less exciting product. We specifically want to avoid those limitations, so we do as much as we can ourselves. There's no compromise if the same people are making what they design. There are a lot of moving parts in our manufacturing process, hundreds of steps and pieces that have to come together exactly right. It's a lot to keep track of, from the individual ply orientation, to the way the carbon is laid in the mold, to the timing and pressure of the temperatures at which the resin is cured. Every step is critical, and we need to know that it's done correctly. There's no better feeling than realizing that you can count on other people on your team to pull through and execute to the same level that you would expect of yourself. If you compete in triathlon, the aerodynamic performance of our frame is reason enough to want to own a Dimond. Yeah, people do assume that the radical look of our bike and the no-compromise aerodynamic design must come at a cost to other ride qualities. But we were very careful in designing this bike, and my most sincere request is that people hold off judgment of beam bikes as a category until they can take a spin around the block on a Dimond. People always want to compare it to previous designs like the Zip or the Soft Ride. And those were fine bikes 15, 20 years ago, but when they ride a Dimond without fail, we always get a surprise reaction. In one sense, they're surprised because it feels very familiar. It feels like a bike. I think people expect to have a wholly new experience when they hop on for the first time. That initial sense of familiarity is unexpected, and when they get going, there comes a second surprise. The hammer drops and you watch your speed creeping up and up and up, and it's effortless. It's a thrill ride. Essentially, we're coming out of nowhere. Right now, you're watching a company being born. In the span of a few months, we had to turn an echoing warehouse and a blank computer screen into a factory that produces the fastest bike on the planet. It's really easy to get up for work every morning when you believe so wholeheartedly in the product you're making. Seeing those wind tunnel numbers roll in during our first round of testing, it's impossible to describe that feeling of being validated after so much hard work and so much sacrifice in our personal lives to make this dream come alive. The weekend we released the Dimond to the public, TJ and Ethan and I got to see the Dimond being raced for the first time, and it was under one of our sponsored athletes. To see it in action, we were just holding back tears of joy. It made your hair stand on end to watch. We're really proud of every success we hear about from all the people on our bike, and we truly believe it provides a significant and tangible advantage over any other bike available today. The positive feedback and stories we hear coming back really help invigorate our day-to-day work and provide that drive to keep making innovative and fresh products. The Dimond tagline is brilliant under pressure. Besides being a little bit of a pun, it also captures the essence of a challenge we pose to ourselves every day and the people riding our bikes. when that critical moment arrives, or when things get tense, when the stuff looks like it's about to hit the fan, that's exactly when you need to pull yourself together. You need to pull a rabbit out of a hat. You need to make something out of nothing. With a Dimond Bike, you can be brilliant under pressure.